as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hello everyone, my name is Dash of Dave and I am back for another crafty video. Today we're going to do a Monday make. Now this is something I have seen on Pinterest. I have seen somebody making it and thought, oh, I quite like the idea of that. I've made a little prototype. I haven't made a fully fledged thing, but we're just going to go through it. I'll show you how to make it. So this is a little thing of, as a pocket here, there's a little pocket here, there's a pocket here, there's a pocket here, then we have a pocket here and a pocket here, but we also have, open it up, we have an envelope here, and then we have a little page here. So let's make it, because it's dead simple. It's dead simple to make, but we're going to make it gorgeous. So we might even make some things to go in it. So what do you need? For this recipe, you will need a piece of book page. So what we want to do is we want to find out the middle of this page, but without putting a line in it. So without creasing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold it over and we're going to pinch it at the top, and we are going to pinch it at the bottom, and hopefully we'll be able to see those. And then we're just going to draw a line. And the reason for drawing the line is just so that you can get it all nice and square in, there. Look at me, poet, again. So I'm just going to put a line in here for the benefit of you guys. You don't have to put a line in, but there you go, there's your line. And what we want to do is we now want to turn it into as though we were making a paper aeroplane. I'm going to fold the corners into the middle. Apologies for next door's dog barking. Likes to get in on the action. Must be a Leo. So once we've done that, now we're going to just turn it around. So we're going to turn it around so that the point is pointing whichever way that is, right. This is L for left. This is not L for right. L for left. So turn it around so it's now pointing right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this corner and we're going to fold it up, and this edge to marry up with these already formed edges like that, and we're going to put that crease in there. Then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to flip it over and now have the square edge at the bottom, and we're going to flip it over like this. And what we want is we want this piece to be shorter than the full depth of that, but not too short, because we want to be able to fold it and tuck it into this fold here. So we're just going to fold that, press it down. Yeah, and now we're going to fold this bit down like so, and we're going to turn it round to a rectangle, and we're going to pop that into there. What that is, I don't know. And there we go. So that's what I had made previously, just a bigger version. So I will do it again because I realise that you're not a hen. No, I will do it again. I think I'm funny. I'm doing it again so you can see it properly. But again, we've got that same thing. We've got a pocket here, we've got a little pocket here, we've got a pocket here and a pocket here. Okay, but then when we open it up, we've got an envelope here. Okay, we've got a book page here. Tuck it all back in again. Flip it over, and we've got a pocket here and a pocket here. Just a bit of fun. So let's make another one. Bit of fun, another one. So let's make, let's just see. Should we have a piece of what should we have this time? Maybe we'll make it with a piece of map page. this time. Because you can make it with whatever you like, really. There is nothing to stop you. So, again, we're just going to fold it over, and we're going to pinch it at the top, and we're going to pinch it at the bottom. And that's just to give us our middle line. So my ruler, of course, is not the right length for this, but I'm sure we'll manage. So I will just again draw this line here. So you have a reference point. Obviously you don't need to do this if you are doing it yourself, because you might not need that reference point, but if you do, you can always rub it out afterwards. So remember, we're making it into a paper plane. So we're going to fold this top edge to this line, like so, and this top edge to the line as well, so to meet in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to turn it, remember, so it's pointing right. Now we've established what that is, right, and then we're going to fold this line up to meet here. And you notice how my lines aren't straight, because this has been torn and not cut. It doesn't matter. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to fold that line in. Okay, and then once we've done that, we're going to flip it over, but flipping it over with the straight folded edge at the bottom, and then we're going to fold that up. And when you're first folding it up, what you want to do is make sure that you go past this point. There's actually your envelope point inside. Yeah, so you're going to fold it up. Okay, so we won't press it down until we know that if I fold this way, it's going to be short enough to sit inside there without meeting this fold, so which it is. So we will put that fold in place now, and we will fold that over now, and then that is going to go in there. So again, we have pocket, 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 opening, envelope, page, pocket, pocket. So obviously when you are making these things as pockets, you need to take the things out in order to get to the inside. But isn't that great for like a secret little compartment where you can put things? So for instance, let's just do that. So if I pop that in there and close it back up again, in order to get that bit out, I will need to take all the things out of these pockets to be able to get into there. But that's fine, that's great. And when you flip it over, you've got this pocket here and you've got this pocket here. This pocket here is the inside. Let's just open that up. So let's just put something in that pocket. So when you open it up, that's actually in the page. But again, it's great. So I love that side of things, because it's like a little hidden pocket. You know, how do you get into that stuff inside? And I think, because I really like that, we're going to use this one. So I am just going to give it a zhuzh with a bit of a thing. I was going to say with a bit of a thing, but I don't know where they are. There they are. So we'll go over with some. In fact, I might just do this with. Let's just open it all up first. Let's make it all flat, and we're just going to go over all of this page with some of this linen. Antique linen to get rid of this stark whiteness from it. So we like a Monday make like this, and I guess you could call this a one-page wonder, although technically, you know, when I was doing my one-page wonders, we were doing it using 12 by 12 papers, but you know, you could technically call it a one-sheet wonder because it is just one sheet. So, and therefore it fits the description of a one-sheet wonder. You know, just depends on what your expecting from a one sheet wonder? Do you want me to use it for making a 12 by 12, or do you want to use any size paper? Who knows? So anyway, let's just kind of just ink this down so that I don't know how much of this will be seen, but I just want to make sure that we get rid of all of the really white bits, because just looks, I think it just looks silly if it's too white, if we're making something look old. So you do you. Oh, look how white that page is. So, and what I like, said this before about my mat, because it's full of like undulations and pit marks and things, it picks all of that up, and you get this kind of mottling that you would get from an old map, especially. So I guess it's where a bookworm has fallen asleep. I don't know what but you always get those like little splodges, don't you? Especially this kind of mottling on the book page. So we're going to just, like I say, finish inking all of this. This pad is picking up all of the creases. Again, not a problem. If it is to you, then I would suggest you don't use the pad technique. But I like the pad technique because it's nice and quick. And, whenever you're trying to make something at speed, it's always helpful if it's nice and quick. So we will do some rest of the inking, just kind of get any of the low ground, any of the bits that I didn't get with the pad. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Cool. So again, we are going to need to just put in all of those folds to make it get to the bit again. So there we go. Cool. Okay, so there's a bit just on that edge. Right. So let's decorate it. I don't know how to decorate it. That's the thing. So what should we have? So let's have a card inside. Now, I will be honest, I might not get all of the bits done. It might end up as a Finish It Friday, but that's fine. We don't mind making things for Finish It Fridays, do we? Because we've got something to do then on a Finish It Friday. Not that I'm ever going to run out of stuff to do on a Finish It Friday. Just need a drink. Hang on. So let's just see how big this is. We have, if we go 4.5 by, let's go 4.5 by 7 for that card. How high is that? 6. So yeah, let's cut it this way then. So we'll go 4.5 this way, and then we'll go by 7. Okay, now I will just round this off, because then I'll suggest to my future self what I wanted to do. I'm leaving clues for myself in the future. I think what we'll do is we'll make all the componenty bits for it. And it won't it won't be in this Friday's Finish It Friday. It will be in another Friday's Finish It Friday, because I've already got the thing I need to finish for this Finish It Friday. So that's going to be the card that goes in there. Okay, then we want to have a card that goes in the front pocket. So what do we want? Again, we want something of a similar sort of size, and I guess a similar sort of, maybe that. How big's that? Oh, that would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Let's use that then, as it seems to suggest that it's the perfect size. It wants to be involved, and who am I to say no? So 7. It might be a little short now. Oh, that's all right. We don't mind. We'll go 6 3/4. That's fine. And then we'll cut. Should we cut those off, or should we leave those on? I think we might leave those on, and then we'll just punch them out. No, not that kind of punching down. Yeah, so we'll chop those off, those bits off, and then I just want to see if I can get it to stay in the right shape. I think I will cut round those corners as well, because it's always nicer if you don't have, really jagged corners, isn't it? And I will also, sorry, next door are making noises now. I will also then punch these out if I can get them in the right place. That is. So there. So it's either my neighbour's making a lot of noise, or I think I heard the door earlier. So I think Vic might have arrived. He might have arrived. I think he might have arrived, and I think he's just been cleaning his car. So, I don't know, because when I'm doing videos, I have my on-air light on, which is on the landing of the stairs, so that when he comes in, he doesn't come talking to me, so that you guys don't have to listen to us talking about food or how his day was. So, although you might enjoy that, who knows? There we go. So, I like that, especially now I've put those divots in. So that can go in there. So then we're going to fold that up, and then we're going to find something that will go. Look at that. That is like kind of perfect. Look at those colours. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see those? Those colours are the colours of the map. I like it. I like it so much. Anyway, so I do feel. Where's my instrument of torture? Oh, it's there. I say my instrument of torture. I mean, I have many. In this room, there's many. They're not actually instruments of torture, but they are crafty things. But this is just like covered with pins. I think I'm going to make this perforated down here like it would be. Just want to go slow because one slip and I have multiple holes in me. Yeah, that's cool. I've kind of made it perforated. You can see that now. Hopefully you can see that. Cool. So, put my instrument. See how spiky and pointy that is. You don't want to get that anywhere near your extremities. So, that's going to go in there. And then we want something to go in this pocket and something to go in this pocket. So again, I think we can have I think we'll go for a smaller card that sits in between these two pockets, and then an even smaller one that sits between those. So maybe that feels like that could be the one that sits in that pocket. Seems like a very plausible idea to me. Does that feel like it needs straightening up? Does it feel like it needs straightening up? It might not need straightening up, but I'm going to straighten it up anyway. So it might not feel the same, but we'll do it anyway. So yeah, do that, and then we'll round these corners. Again, so that can be the one that sits in there. I want a higher one that sits behind. So I I'd like it to be the same sort of width. I feel like now I've started with a file folder, I have to finish with a file folder. But you know, there's that's not a file folder. I mean, we could argue that's not a file folder. So, oh no, that's not with an Aldi bag. Not all their prototypes. Can't show you them. They're coming soon. Coming soon to a. Yeah. So okay, let's use this, and we will go. What's that? How high? That seems about right, doesn't it? So I can't remember what that width was. What did I do? What did I do? 4.5. Let's go 4.5. Let's go 4.5. Is that right? No. Can't remember which. What? Which way? Yes, that's right. 4.5. Just make sure it's all nice and square. Yeah, it is. That's fine. So I kind of wanted to do this, not necessarily make all of the cards, but I wanted to show you how many things you can get in it, but also what I mean by, I just want to be really transparent with you. You do have to take them out in order to get into the inside. So there we go. They're going to be our cards for the front. So we're going to flip it over, and then we've got space for cards for the back. Okay, so we will make another one of a similar size. So what should we go for? What did we say that was? 7? Is it 7? Let's go for a similar size to the one at the front. So what size was that? 6.5, I think. So we'll have another 6.5 one, and we will pick a piece of suitable card. What's this? Is this going to be the right width? It doesn't have to be the same width, does it, Dave? It doesn't. Let's go 6.5. It doesn't have to be because it's on the back. Oh, let's use the more interesting one, obviously. Do we want to go 6.5? Let's go 6 3/4. I think that's what we did do, not 6.5. We'll make these corners rounded again. This is telling future Dave what we'd like to see, because I like the juxtaposition of, we've got very pointy corners on this, and we want not so pointy corners on everything else. So that can sit in the back there, and then we've got this bit here, which again we can have another piece of this. And we'll go 6 3/4 again. In fact, we're going to cut the bit off, the less interesting bit off. 6 3/4. I say by less interesting, it just doesn't have any lines on it, so I could have drawn some lines on, Dave. Or stamped some on. So now I do like this concept of this Finish It Friday. I know that I'm telling you now, I do not need lots of things for Finish It Friday. I've got lots of things that aren't finished, but I do feel that making something and then finishing it is also very cathartic as well, because I make a lot of things, and I have in the past, and I've got loads of unfinished projects, but I also like to finish some of the newer stuff as well. So anyway, let's just have a look at this and see what we've got here. So remember, this is now all kind of very compact. You wouldn't know what was inside it really, so you can see it's got lots of pockets. There's a pocket here, and there's a pocket here, okay, and then there's a pocket here, a pocket here, and a pocket here. So in order to get into it though, you will need to take everything out. So you're going to have to take these bits out to be able to release this, otherwise everything will just fall out anyway. Okay, and then we've got this here which releases this pocket. So that's, we're already on, what are we on, 4 pieces here. Okay, then we've got this one which is your back pocket, so that's that one, that's 5, and then we've got 6. Okay, but then we've also got this page, so you could have another thing on this page. So that's 7. So again, we'll make it all go back together so that it sits together nicely, because this just slides out now, but when it's locked into place, and we pop that in there, and we pop that in there, and we pop that in there, it doesn't fall out now. So that middle bit doesn't fall out, and we've got all of our things in there. You can see that that's still in there. I haven't taken it out, it's just not falling out anymore. So I just love that. I think it's so interesting and versatile. So of course you could do all sorts of things with it, I guess. Like, you know, there's nothing to stop you from, for instance, not having that one and having that glued to a page, and then having this so that you just have something in here that covers the envelopey bit up, that when you take that out, you see that there's an envelope. Yeah, then you open it out and you've got the 2 pages, and then you fold it this way and you've still got the 2 pockets on the back. You just don't have the same number of pockets on the front. So there's that. You could, I guess, if you have a few of them, you could put them, you know, just sew them into a journal. So if you open this out like this, and then you open it out like this, you could sew on this bit here into a journal. That way then they can all be nicely tucked in, lots of pockets with lots of secret bits. But I really think that is fun and versatile, and so many things you can do with it. So like I say, I'm going to leave that for future Dave to deal with, to play with, and I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will do another. I know it's a bit of a short one today, but you know, for me, I know for you guys this is, so today's video is the it's Monday the 11th, I believe. For you guys, I've had my birthday, but for me, my birthday is tomorrow, so I want to kind of just, you know, get ready for my birthday and that sort of thing. So I want to do a few short ones, and then that way then I'm having my nice birthday week. So, you know, things will return to normal, but this is here for another Finish It Friday. I've got something for this coming Friday already, but this will be ready for another Finish It Friday. So what I will do is I will pop it here, because then I will know Dave needs to finish it on a Friday. So that's it for today. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Entirely up to you, but just interact with it, because that's what I need from you. And please feel free to please feel free to comment. please feel free to share it, and to subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Oh, you know, come on, you've been here a few times now. I know who you are. You have been here a few times now and you don't subscribe. Why? I don't understand. What am I not giving you? Subscribe. Please, subscribe. What do I have to do? Do I have to beg? I'll beg. I'll trust you. Trust you. Trust me. I'll beg. I have no pride. So, yeah. So anyway, I will see you in another video. Well, I certainly will if you're subscribed. You'll get notifications of me doing another video. And I do 3 a week. 3 a week. You know, there's like, we're heading towards 900 videos. So, you know, I put out lots of content, try and find something new to share with you, do something a bit different, have a bit of a chat, bit of banter, some dad jokes mixed in. Sorry, not a dad. Got plenty of dad jokes though. Alright then, anyway, I'll shut up and I'll get on with this. Alright then folks, lots of love. Don't forget, I love you all, without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care then. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.